What you're about to see is a demo of embodied coaching. This will either be one of our workshops where I kind of pull someone out of the group, or just live when we do them on Zoom. We just, literally just ask for volunteers. So it's completely spontaneous, not set up in any way. We train people to be embodied coaches. So if you want to learn how to do this, there's a link below the certificate of embodiment coaching. That is our coach training course we've done for some years now. So pretty good course. If you want coaching with me, one-on-one, then get in touch. Usually not through YouTube, so best way to get in touch, probably Instagram or through the website, embodimentunlimited.com for one-to-one coaching. And we pretty regularly do these sessions online where you can get free coaching. So if you want one of those, again, in the link below, you can turn up. Maybe just want to learn about coaching, see what's going on, or volunteer and get a free session like this one.
Some uses of centering in a coaching situation. So this is Cedric. I just met you today, right? You're a psychologist.
Yes.
Doing some movement stuff as well, by the sound.
Trying to integrate more embodiment work in my very cognitive work as a psychologist.
Great. Gives us a little bit of context here in Belgium. First use to centering is actually as a coach before I would meet him. So if I had a bad day, I was hungry, I was stressed, I just had a difficult client, the first centering is before I meet him, right? Before the call or whatever it is. Second one is as I meet him. Like generally clients are a little bit nervous, in this case there's an audience, but even without that, if it was a new client, people are often a bit nervous. So I'm centering, and usually I just before we hit record, I'm just like chatting. Like, hey, how did you find about the workshop? Now I'm just getting context, but I'm also using that as a chance to center myself and to relax him a little bit. Okay, so I don't really want to start the content straight away, because if I say, what's difficult in your life, then he's got another thing to be stressed about. The first thing is just a new relationship, it's a new connection. Yeah, so I often just talk about the weather, or say where you're from, or what's your accent, or I like your beard, or it's just similar glasses, just to relax a little bit. But in that time, I'm centering. Okay, it's a kind of allowing the natural co-regulation to happen. The next point I might do centering in a coaching session is when I ask him what he wants to get from the session. So this is a classic coaching question to have a goal for the coaching. Yeah, it might be a little different from therapy. Often what happens when you ask people what they want to get from a session, they go blah, 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 blah. They tell you their life story. They talk about all the things that make them stressed, so they get more and more stressed. It's not very helpful. So often what I'll do is either interrupt them or I'll preempt it by I'll say, okay, Cedric, can you sit a little straighter in your chair? So tilt your pelvis forward slightly, feet flat on the floor, rising up from the top, relax the belly. Say, okay, so what do you want to get some coaching on? Bear in mind, 10 minutes, it is recorded, so not like the most traumatic personal thing in the world. But let's pick something real and useful. So,
personal or professional?
Whatever's most useful for you, but feels like not super personal.
Well, playfulness, perhaps.
Great, so he says playfulness, perhaps. Now we've got a topic, we still need to clarify the goal. So I might do centering again. This is half of coaching, actually. All right, so relaxing the belly, relaxing the jaw, say Okay, so what specifically would you like?
To be able to come down and enter the playful mode and not get stuck in my head.
Great, you see how clear that was? That was beautiful. It's really, for me as a coach, we just saved 10 minutes. Yeah, it's like really clear, he's said exactly what he wants. Now that can happen through iteration, but it would happen quicker if we regulate. His brain just will work better, yeah? Why is that important to you, Cedric? Just give me a bit of context, so not to be so much in your head.
As I said, I'm working a lot in my head as a psychologist.
Yes.
I feel like I lost touch with the playfulness of the body. And secondly, very important, is I'm a father of a 14-month-old baby. So he's playful, and I want to be able to meet him there.
Great. He's pointing at the floor and he's talking about a child. So here's what we're going to do. We might have to change the camera. We're going to get down to the floor. If that's all right with you, Cedric.
Sure.
Like in terms of like what he was pointing at, and also kind of like child level, I might also do a bit of enactment here, right? So I might need to go into child mode and be playful and then center myself afterwards to become a coach again really quick. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I'm going to have to work on the centering in a minute, yeah? So if I'm like, I'm in play mode, is that the right energy? Like, hi, daddy. Okay, what's happening in your body right now?
I'm noticing that I'm sitting down, but quite formally, while you're lying here very playfully. Yes.
Hi. Is this how you do your therapy?
No,
Daddy, is this how you do your therapy?
no, not the therapy.
The interesting thing for me here is I have to center in an unusual position. So like if I just become completely childlike, I'm not coaching him anymore, right? So you see how I'm quite serious now, right? So centering isn't something, yeah, it's very serious. Centering isn't something that you need to be able to do it upside down. Okay, this is an extreme example, which is a great example, by the way. But you need to be centering in any position. You shouldn't have to do some yoga bullshit where you have to have a straight back or whatever, yeah? Okay, so, see if we can get that a bit more informal. Yeah. Like, hi, Dad. It's nice to see you back from doing therapy. Yeah? Hey. Where's the tension in your body? I don't know, don't do that. You see what you just did? You just came up, you got really fucking serious. Yeah? So keep it light, there we go. Yeah, you kind of straightened your spine.
Spine, yeah.
Yeah, so there's the key, right?
Trying to pinpoint it in the spine, and as I wanted to say it, I was going up.
Yeah.
It's the spine.
So let's play with that. So you've got a kind of straightening pattern, yeah? Which is, how does it look to you when I do it?
It's more aware of the surroundings when you...
Okay, so more aware of surroundings. Yeah. Is it more or less playful?
It's not playful.
It's not playful at all.
It's awareness, it's monitoring.
So it's like monitoring. That might be a perfectly good mode. It probably, came from something in your fucked up childhood that was useful. And, that's your therapist, Cedric. It's not for me. Okay. So, but it's probably not very helpful for being playful. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you're doing it now. You're doing this nice kind of little slump. It's a bit more casual. Yeah. How's that feel?
More casual. Yeah.
More casual,
so
right?
This is how it feels.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It might be a bit stressful because your safety place looks like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if it is stressful, what do you think you're going to do?
Sorry?
If it's stressful to be like this kind of casual, playful down, what could you do?
Centering.
Yeah, you could do some centering, right? So something as simple as smile, relax the breath, say without straightening up.
Okay.
Some people I'd teach to straighten up, but he's the opposite last thing he needs, right? So you're down and relaxing into this slightly weird, unfamiliar thing. Yeah. How's this going to be with your kid, do you think?
This is more also approaching him. More, so
getting down?
Instead of going away.
Right, like, grown-up smell, that's really serious. Yeah. Okay, I mean, tuning into that child part of me that doesn't like that. You know what I mean? I want to be like down and play with my dad. It's nice. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. How's that? Bearable?
Bearable.
Bearable. Yeah. Great. So this is something that's actually a bit stressful for him, is my observation, and you might need to practice it. Okay. So now he's got to relax the belly, relax the jaw, just simple things. We're not going to do the normal straightening up, centering, because that takes him out of playful. So it's actually quite an interesting little case study. Yeah. Okay. But now you can straighten up. Let's go back to that sort of familiar, safe place. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. What's your key takeaway? Another use of centering. Key takeaway from this session.
That centering is not always straightening up. That centering can also be while leaning into something more playful. That also can be centering.
Great, to reduce that stress response that you might have a little bit of.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, tell me if this analysis you feel is wrong, but this feels kind of safer, more familiar. Yeah. Yeah. So that getting down and playful, which you need to do with your kid. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. And we might discuss it later. But I'm an earthy person more.
Okay, so there's a personality thing.
Yeah. So this is more the formal side. While I think going informal, more, I need more air. I would say. Yeah.
This is just a model we use for like serious, not serious. So he's got a more serious embodiment, which is not a problem. But for playing with a kid, it's going to be difficult. Okay, so it's a bit stressful for him to do getting down and being relaxed and playful. So just loosening that stress response, and then he can practice that and hopefully have more fun playtimes with his little boy from now on. So, Cedric, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.